Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me to another episode of Music with Nick. Super excited today. We got a marathon from Michelle, and there's all these artists are so good, and I can't thank you enough, Michelle. Thank you so much for sponsoring this. So we're gonna start it off with Steely Dan. I'm super ready for Steely Dan. West of Hollywood. This is a themed marathon. Pretty much, we wanted to. Michelle wanted to do it a certain way, but then the thing about UMG, blocking everything, we just want to be careful. So first it was called let me just check here. So it was called Detective Noire, and I'm gonna keep I'm gonna add one of my choices. It was very difficult to choose this, but I'm gonna add at the end of the marathon, and I'm gonna add a fifth song, which is from a video game called NOIR, which is amazing, the soundtrack. And I just spent like 20 minutes just choosing the right one. But I would just say, hey, Michelle, and everyone who's interested, listen to the soundtrack. It's on Spotify or YouTube. And it is from a video game, but it really it has like this feel of Chinatown meets, it's like Brian De Palma meets that kind of stuff. Very, very good. Very jazzy, very dark. But yeah, we're going to leave that for the end. So we're going to start it off. So now the marathon is called Hollywood Noire, and we're going to start it off with West of Hollywood by Steely Dan. Then Down in Hollywood by Cooder. I've never heard of Cooder. That's the only one that I don't know. Now, the one that excites me so much is Miles Davis, because I did saw a documentary of his some years ago, and he was playing some music from Ascenseur pour les échafauds, which is elevated to the gallows, and he was just basically standing in the movie theater playing music on the spot for that movie, and then they recorded it. So I don't remember exactly how long it is, but this song is quite short. But yeah, I just remember that captured me so much, because it's just him playing, these amazing lines. And then we're going to play Private Investigations by one of my favorite bands ever, Dire Straits. And I haven't heard it. So there's two songs that are UMG, but I think we're going to be fine. And then the one that I'll add is from Rockstar. That's the company that does the video game. From LA Noire official soundtrack. So let's get into it. I'm super excited. I can't wait. And I'll see you in a second. All right, and here we go with the first song, Steely Dan, West of Hollywood. Here we go with Donald Fagen and Walter Becker.
Just a thrill away from punching through to the cosmic wow. It started out good, but then it got lots better, making up the rules as we went along. But with a business like this, there's an early downside. I'm way deep into nothing special, riding the crest of a wave breaking just one step. Don't you love Port Blank? Rudery is over when the girls get easy and the crowds are gone. Weekend of bliss and the rainy season. I'm way deep into nothing special, riding the crest of a wave breaking just west of Hollywood. I'm way deep into nothing special.
Wow. What a trip. This was amazing. So I didn't pause it because I know Steely Dan doesn't block songs. Donald Fagen's record company blocks the song, and then you dispute it, and then literally the next day they unblock it. They're super cool, super nice about that. So I think they do know that, it's like, hey, it's old music, let's spread it, you know. But wow, this was just what I love about. By the way, I didn't even say the names. I'll repeat them now. This was from Two Against Nature in 2000, a album that did win a Grammy award. So just to throw that out there, I think this is the longest Steely Dan song I've heard. Also, it reminded me a little bit of Glamour Profession, the steady drums, you know, without even. There was no real like change to the rhythm, but it was very good. So I wanted to give these musicians credit. So of course we have Donald Fagen on lead vocals, and I love his vocals on this album very much. They're very different. It's just like a different kind of intention from the other albums, like from Asia or Gaucho or, you know, Royal Scam, etc. I don't know. It's just something about it, like Gaslighting Abbey, or, you know, we've heard Gaslighting Abbey, Jack of Speed, and I think that's it. And then this one, and I just sent that one to Alexia, so she can catch up, or we can even do it together. I don't know, but Walter Becker was here. He's on the guitar. He's also playing the bass on this album, but he did play lead guitar on this track. Beautiful lines, very jazzy. So he doesn't play the rhythm guitar. He just plays the lead. The rhythm guitar, it's all over. There's almost like 30 musicians on this album, but I wanted to give the solo was from Chris Potter, this tenor saxophone. So track 9, West of Hollywood, was him. Then the Winnie Colaiuta is on this album, but he didn't play on this track. We have Tony Barney on bass, and then Gordon Gottlieb on percussions on this track. Then who was the Ted Baker on piano here on this track. And then who was, let's see, on the drums on this track, Sonny Emori. Okay. Man, this track was a trip because it was so interesting. There were so many layers, and then that solo at the end was just fantastic. Like, honestly, the lyrics, and it's crazy because it doesn't have like a lot of plays at all. It's like, I guess when people get to that song, they're already, you know, it's a longer album. It's 51 minutes. But I'm going to check the lyrics on the second go. I just wanted to focus when it's about the Dan. I'm all about the music, you know, so, but I'm sure. And they sing about Hollywood a lot, you know, like they mention the word Hollywood at least once on every album. So super cool. I love the whole, like, it was so nice and fusiony and jazzy, and yeah, I think one of the longest solos. There's another very long solo on Glamour Profession by Steve Kahn, which I love, which I've been kind of like trying to learn. I do have the sheet music for that. I got it. So I'm learning that slowly but surely, you know, maybe someday I'll play it on the channel. But okay, so this was, let me just go back for a second here real quick. So the second one, right, Cooder. Is it Cooder? Cooder. Yeah, this is from the album Bob Till You Drop from '79. Then the Miles Davis, that is from, I had it pulled up here. Michelle sent it to me. I think it's from '54. Let's see. No, 1958. And then Dire Straits is from '82. Awesome. And then the one that I'll play for you guys is from 2011. And then, yeah, if you guys are into video games, which are, you know, story-driven video games with a lot of detective work and where you have to actually think and you interrogate these people, and they have like, they use like this really cool technology, which was very new at the time, the facial, like animation. So basically when they talk, it's like you're looking at a real person. It's fantastic. Just look up a trailer of LA Noire. It's gonna blow your mind. It's like in the 50s and it's like wonderful. Okay, so let's continue with Right Cooder, and this is Down in Hollywood. Here we go.
Well, did you hear the good news? There's gonna be some bad blues. Somebody said they'd play all night long. So go and fill your brown bag and put on all your clean rags. Let's go downtown and see what's going on. You take me down the Vine Street, stop when you hear the backbeat, and I'll sneak past the bouncer at the door. Now I know that he ain't looking, not when the band is cooking, 'cause he's watching the ladies dancing on the floor. We're going down in Hollywood. You better hope that you don't run out of gas. Down in Hollywood. It's like you're riding out of your car and kick your ass. In Hollywood. They're standing on the corner just waiting for a sucker like you. Down in Hollywood. Now if you wanna stay healthy, just keep 'em moving right on through. Be careful. Don't look back. Keep moving. Keep moving. Well, the scotch has started flowing, and some girl, she is showing everything she's got. Folks, it's a sight. Some men would give a week's pay if she would just dance down their way and say, baby, I'm gonna take you home with me tonight. And outside the streets are shaking, and I hear windows breaking. Some poor fool's gonna land in jail tonight. Well, all the hookers are trying to pull your coat, and the pimps reach out to cut your throat. Ain't no way out of here without a fight. What's the folks say? Down in Hollywood. Better hope that you don't run out of gas. Down in Hollywood. Just like you're right out of your car. Kick the ass. In Hollywood. There's no dog just waiting for a sucker like you. Down in Hollywood. And if you want to stay healthy, just keep 'em moving right on through.
Hi. You know, you're gonna get arrested the way those pants fit around your thighs. Oh, come back, honey. Don't leave now. Oh.
Hey, bud. Come here. Let me talk to you for a second. Give me that gun.
Cops come. Okay, come on. Can't sleep here. Oh, Jesus, this guy's a mess. Well, he's just drunk. Come on, pick him up in the car and take him down. Well, his mama told him not to go.
So good. Oh my god. I'm such a fanboy of movies in general and music, and I love the groove, the whole lyrics. I'm paying more attention to the lyrics here. It's very groovy, very soul, you know. It has like a super cool vibe. And man, yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say. It's so good. It's just like, it's exactly what I was expecting, you know. It's like when it's Michele's marathons, I just know it's like I just kind of like try and enjoy and not overanalyze anything, because what is there to analyze, you know? It's just like just and just so enjoyable. And then the little like clip, I don't know, I think this was done in a studio, but I love the whole like little vibe, and the cops arrive, and it's so good. And it goes well so with the first song with Steely Dan. They set up the stage much jazzy, and then it goes more into, you know, the deep city, I guess, you know, into, you know, I don't know, into LA. But yeah, great lyrics here. Very, very different from I mean, I guess you couldn't sing that kind of stuff today. I guess you can. I mean, music has always been very open to, you can say whatever you want. But yeah, it's great. I'm loving this so far. An amazing marathon, and you have this feeling. Yeah, it's you know, it is just. It has already, like, I'm already captured in this whole vibe and the whole what Michelle was trying to do, you know, with the marathon. Like, I'm there, you know, I'm in the world of Hollywood, the noir and the crime, and when I don't know, like, every song has like this, like I've explained it one time, and a guy in a comment section was actually, you hit it, you know, you kind of like totally set the stage. You go inside a room and it's like very dim light and there's a lot of smoke, and and there's maybe like a saxophone player and a pianist, and this is literally like the last song. Although the last song was such a weird pick because I went with, there's 3 different intros. Like every time you play, the intro music changes when you go back to the game. So I think I went with the one that I like the most, but there's so much good stuff. There's even a song called, I think it was called Minor Ninth. And that is, I guess, it's just like a jazz tune. I wanted you guys to capture the essence of the movie noir world of like Hollywood, LA. So let's see if I get that across, because there were literally 29 songs on that record, because it's a soundtrack for a video game. So there's a lot of scenarios, and every time you play, you kind of like mold the game to your decisions. So that's why there's so much different music, because there's so many different ways it could turn out. That there is a good ending, a bad ending, a super good ending, a very bad ending. So that's how that goes. But yeah, this is a great tune, and I can't wait to keep going. So let's keep going.
Mama told him not to go, little sister told him to, but the poor boy just didn't listen, like he should. Yeah, it's too bad. He hitchhiked all the way from Burbank, now he's gonna end up in the drunk tank. Some old man said, yeah, well, that's just the way it goes down in Hollywood. Down in Hollywood. Hope that you don't run out of gas. Down in Hollywood.
It's like you got your car and literally kick your ass.
In Hollywood.
And I'm gonna just wait for a sucker like you.
Down in Hollywood. Well, if you wanna stay healthy, just keep on moving right on through. For truth. Man, I'm telling you.
Oh, they'll do anything, that old low-down Hollywood.
Be in a world of trouble now. Lord have mercy. Can I get a witness?
Sweet. So good. All right, so the time has arrived. So this is Miles Davis playing the elevator to the gallows of, I think the movie is shot in France and it's in French. Ascenseur pour les échauffants, 1958. It's not very, this song is called Generique. And yeah, this is the soundtrack, bande originale du film. Man, can't wait to listen to this. Enjoy, man. This is gonna be very, very, enjoy, everyone. This is very, very amazing. Let's go with Miles, the master here. beautiful. I love that. I guess he just played it on the spot. You know, this is a one take, um, and I think there was no effects there. He was just playing it, I guess, with a high ceiling so that he could get that reverb going, and the bass, and that's it. You know, I mean, that's how you create music on the highest level. You know, I mean, being Miles, of course, Miles Davis, man, uncomparable. I mean, I think him and John Coltrane, and of course, there's some other players at that time. But yeah, they're like the masters, you know, of the what became also fusion. So man, this is so good. It felt so good. It's so right for a movie, you know, like for a theme or even just on the background. I could even films like Blade Runner has music like this, but more like, you know, it sounds more futuristic. It has sax, but you can hear a voiceover. That's a very detective-y movie, but it's a specific cut that neither Harrison Ford and or Ridley Scott at the end kind of liked, but it had all this like voiceover, you know, the typical detective talk, you know, with the music and the background. Such great films, both of them. But I haven't seen this movie. I have to see it, but it's not really easy to find, I guess. But we'll see. I'll look on Voodoo tonight. Okay, so this one, Dire Straits, you guys know how I feel about Dire Straits. I mean, the first album is one of my most listened albums, I think, in my life. I've heard it thousands of times, I think. And it also kind of molded a lot of the way I play guitar. I do use a pick, like I haven't gotten to where I only use a thumb. But yeah, Mark Knopfler is one of my favorite guitar players. Literally. There's like few that come close in that style, you know, in that style that he plays. When I was kind of like, when I heard that Mark Knopfler had played with Steely Dan on Time Out of Mind, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be the best song. But I think Steely Dan at the time didn't really know what to do with his playing. So there's a very small fraction of Mark on that song, unfortunately. And I did hear that they recorded over 24 hours of him playing, but yeah, and also what like Walter and I guess what Donald didn't, I guess, like about the whole interaction is that he couldn't read music, which is, you know, that's just a bummer because he's such a great player. And there's so many players that I know that don't read music. And, but well, you know, it's just one of those things, you know. The other day I actually had like this whole, like, I was talking to Alexa and I was like, imagine what would have happened if they would have just, like, if they wouldn't have stopped in 1980. Imagine all the music we would have gotten from them, you know, like, let's say 1982, 1984, 1986. I don't know. I don't think they would have gone like into that 80s craze, you know, like, I don't know. Or maybe they would. I don't know, but it's just a question that I sometimes think about, like, what would have happened if they wouldn't have had that hiatus, you know, 20 years of not doing music. I mean, we have Donald, and his music is amazing, you know, and I think that for me, Donald Fagen, his solo albums are like a content, it is still Steely Dan for me, and it doesn't sound 80s at all. I mean, it is a little bit different from their original stuff, but it's still amazing. But yeah, it's one of those things, you know, that you think about. Okay, let's go with Dire Straits. Oh, here we go. Private Investigations. intro is so amazing. It has like almost this classical like vibe, like almost like Moonlight Sonata, you know. This I've never really heard him playing acoustic guitar, like on live, yes, but on a record, beautiful like classical guitar, nylon strings, and it did sound very detective, you know, very cool. Okay, let's go back. Oh, beautiful.
To me, the game commences for the usual fee, plus expenses, confidential information. It's in a diary. This is my investigation. It's not a public inquiry. Checking out the reports, digging up the dirt. You get to meet all sorts in this line of work. Treachery and treason, there's always an excuse for it. And when I find the reason, I still can't get used to it.
I like that he just talking. So good. Wow, the whole atmosphere. Amazing. Loved it. I loved every second of it. The sound effects, the different, like, and this is just 2 years from like Gaucho, you know. The distortion and the acoustic guitar, the whole like drumming, you know, like, oh my god, the whole thing was just amazing. I've never heard it before. I've heard some songs from Love Over Gold. What was it? I think it was Telegraph Road. Yeah, it's like super long. All these songs are longer on this album. There's only 5 songs, but hey, it's amazing, amazing record. When did this come out? I think this is the 3rd record by Dire Straits. Totally different from the first one. The first one is almost like a country album. Let's see. So yeah, 78, that's the one that I've like always heard. And then Communique, and then Making Movies, 1980, and then this is 82. And then Brothers in Arms, I think this is when he got very, very big, and then Money for Nothing. And I've never really heard any of that, you know, like, I don't know, it was just not accessible. But this is amazing. Thank you so much. So now this is my little contribution to Michele's marathon, and also because Michele, I always do this, you know, like most of the times when there's some time left on a marathon, and if it's only 4 songs and it's a little bit on the shorter side, then I add a little something. Sometimes it's a complete miss. I hope this adds nicely. But I was literally between the main theme and then the one that's called Noire Clarinet, a minor 9th. But I'm just going to go with New Beginnings Part 3 from LA Noire official soundtrack. And that's literally when you start the game and you're at a specific point in the game. And then, because usually the intro is very like relaxing, and this is already more like when you're in the game and it continues. So this is New Beginnings Part 3. I hope you guys enjoy. I didn't listen to the entire thing. I listened to like a minute. So I hope it goes well with the theme. Here we go. I've never heard this. Sounds so Hollywood. Some major cues here from Bernhard Herrmann and Jerry Goldsmith. Totally. Major Jerry Goldsmith. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, so this was written by Andrew Hale and Simon Hale brothers. Cool. This is a music from a video game. Can you believe it, how we've advanced? And this is already 12 years ago. I remember when this came out. Oh my god, it's a long time ago, like really. So I do recommend a bunch of movies if you're into the genre. I have them pulled up here. Please check out you know, if you like this kind of style, like check out the movie. I had it right here. Well, Chinatown, of course. Chinatown is a big one. Black Dahlia. You know, check out Oh, Girl on a Train. That's not so much. That's more like a thriller. I would say when we like detective movie, maybe Heat, LA Confidential. Man, there's so many good movies that are in this realm of, like, you know, Gangster Squad, of course. But yeah, I would say Gone Baby Gone. Oh my god, it's so good. But yeah, I like just pulled up like LA detective movies. But yeah, this was great. Thank you so much, Michelle, for this awesome experience. Every song here was amazing, and it's a great theme, you know. So maybe we can make a second one, and I'll add a second one of my like LA Noire soundtrack if you guys want to, or maybe something different. There is a lot of detective games like Max Payne, also from Rockstar. Rockstar is the studio that made Grand Theft Auto, which I actually don't play. I just don't, it's just too chaotic for me. But yeah, but this one here, LA Noire, if you have a PC, and it goes on sale for literally like $2, you know, every week, every month. Check it out. It's a really nice game. It's not your typical shooting, and it's like literally detective work. You interview people and you take notes, and you go back to your notes, and then you interview somebody else. You drive, and then you catch someone, and it's just fantastic. Just look up a trailer, LA Noire, you'll love it. If you have a PC or a gaming console. But thank you again so much, Michelle, for the marathon, for sponsoring it, and everybody for watching, for having fun. I think this is a great medium, and this thing, you know, like theming marathons, I think we're the only channel who does it for now. So I think, you know, let's keep it going. I think it's a great idea, and I think it's making a lot of people very happy, as plus us as well, you know. We are the reactors. So thank you again so much for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.